Hello, Twitch. I'm A.M. Grabelny, a technical evangelist here at AWS, standing next to the very dapper Chris Munns.
Well, thank you for that. My name is Chris Munns. I am a lead developer advocate for serverless at AWS.
Chris, we're here to talk about modern apps, right? We're going to talk about serverless and how that's a key piece of modern apps, but what is a modern app? What is that? What's the difference between legacy and modern, right?
That's a fair question, and we do talk about this term modern apps a lot today. What I would say is there's a couple key differentiators that we see. One is maybe the inherent tie to microservices and event-driven architectures. Another is usage of serverless services, and I think the third is really following what's considered more the best practices of development today. So continuous integration and delivery from the start, a focus on logging, monitoring, and performance.
So what you're saying is I need a SOAP API, right? Yeah? All right. Yeah. So why is serverless so key to building a modern app?
Yeah, when we look at the overall benefits of serverless, of reduced overhead and management, faster time to market, paying for what you use, those are all things that customers have been looking for in compute services and other technologies for a long time. And so when we talk about things like Lambda and Fargate on the compute side and the rest of the technology stack, it just aligns with those benefits, and they're benefits from day one.
Sure, yeah. I think one of the things, too, that I really love about serverless that really keys into modern application development work, too, is rapid prototyping, right? Being able to build features that you maybe couldn't even consider building in the legacy world, right? So as a dev advocate for serverless, what are some of your favorite features of AWS services that are serverless?
So I know we're tight on time. I'm going to try to cover three real quick. So when it comes to Lambda, the recent launch of Lambda Layers, the end of 2018, awesome way to share, reuse code, share dependencies across functions, which we look at a modern application that might be tens or maybe hundreds of functions, that can be really useful. In API Gateway, we launched WebSockets also at the end of 2018. Really key and important in building reactive, near real-time applications in a modern way that, again, aligns with serverless benefits. The last is the serverless application repository, which basically takes a very high-level viewpoint at how you can share and reuse full application components across organizations, inside of an organization, publicly. And when it comes to that quick time to market and that quick playing, be able to take an application off the shelf and just run with it, you can't get much quicker than that.
Those are solid choices. Any advice for somebody, new dev, starting out with serverless? Any getting started hints?
Yeah, I'm a huge fan of the frameworks that are out there. So whether we're talking about serverless framework or Zappa or Chalice or Apex or even some sites like Netlify and Zeit, they're going to help you get going and get you kind of over some of those early learning humps, as it were. And so I think starting with those is really key, and it's going to get you there faster.
Great. All right. So yeah, I actually interviewed Austin Collins earlier.
Awesome.
Yeah, so we learned all about the serverless framework. But thank you so much for your time here, Chris. Any parting words for the audience?
No, thanks for joining us here today. And you can find me on Twitter at Chris Munns, and happy to answer your serverless questions.
Cool. All right. Stay tuned, Twitch. We'll be back with more.